Welcome back to Headlines Now. Maoist leader Sabyasachi has refused to release the Italy national and has given a fresh ultimatum to the Odisha government. Sabyasachi in his audio message says they will take the extreme step if the government does not fulfill the basic demands by Tuesday. The demands of the Maoists, among others, include the release of some prisoners, action against policemen accused of rape and fake encounters, and lifting of ban on people's organizations. The Maoist leader has also said that the Odisha government's talk with the Maoist mediators are a big farce. Mamata Banerjee is literally rewriting history in West Bengal. At least the textbooks, the Karl Marx and Friedrich Engels, founders of Marxism, may no longer be a part of the history syllabus. A committee to restructure school education syllabus in the state has prepared a final draft of new syllabus, including the topics in the history textbooks. The 19-member committee, which was set up in July 2011, will be submitting to the West Bengal Council of Higher Secondary Education the next week.
The deletion of Marx appears to be atrocious because you agree with one or not is a part of world history. And today, capitalism is facing a second phase of economic crisis. Marxism is always been looked upon as a better way of analyzing the contradictions within the system. This is not only politically motivated, this is also motivated to malign the history, reject history, and take a position which is completely unscientific. Of course, they oppose it officially, openly, and will continue to do it in the future.
It's day 2 of Rahul Gandhi's UP's poll performance review meet. He has met MLAs from Uttar Pradesh and will meet MPs later today to understand what went wrong in the assembly polls. After the meeting, MLA said the actions will be taken against those who acted against the party and the non-performers.
कार्रवाई हर उस शख्स के साथ के ऊपर होगी, चाहे वो सरकार में हो, चाहे वो संगठन में हो, जिसने पार्टी के खिलाफ काम किया है या पार्टी को नुकसान पहुंचाने की कोशिश की.
After 21 days, dwellers across the country have finally called off the indefinite strike. The decision comes following assurances from the Finance Minister Pranab Mukherjee on a rollback on excise and import duties on unbranded jewellery and gold. Jewellery associations met Pranab Mukherjee this afternoon after meeting Congress President Sonia Gandhi.
A formal announcement has now been made in Chandni Chowk, where all the delegations were meeting, and they formally announced that it's an all India open from today itself. Remember, this comes as the delegations met with the finance minister this morning. They had a meeting for over an hour, where the delegation members who did attend the meeting spoke to me, and they said very categorically that Pranab Mukherjee went to the extent of saying that it's a gentleman's promise, and that before 11th next month, he promises that the rollback of the excise duty plus the tax collected at source above the purchase of cash purchases of 2 lakh rupees will be rolled back completely. He also said that there is no need for all these associations to get registered with the excise department. So very strong words coming from the finance minister, which have led the delegations to finally come out and make a public announcement and call for an all India open now. Remember, after 21 days of harrowing times really, for shutters being down, rallies and protests, and fasts being people sitting on fast for across the country, there's finally some good news. And as this news has spread on, we now know that shops in Karol Bagh and across the national capital at least, people are starting to open up their shops.
Outrage grows over the explosive CAG report on the land grab in Maharashtra. The big question, will the Congress and NCP ministers named in the report be sacked? Drawing maximum flack is Union Minister Vilasrao Deshmukh. He has been indicted by the CAG for allegedly using political clout to get public land for family-backed trusts. Also facing the heat is NCP leader and Maharashtra PWD Minister Chhagan Bhujbal, whose department allotted 2 multi-crore plots of land to an institute. The Charity Commissioner has ordered an inspection of 2 floors of the Mumbai Education Trust building in Mumbai on Saturday. Bhujbal is a chairman of the trust and his family members are trustees. The Charity Commissioner has also barred the use of these 2 floors for anything other than education. The order was issued after a former trustee complained that 2 floors of the building in the suburb of Bandra were being used for personal work and not for education. The order comes shortly after the minister has been criticized in the CAG report for allotting land in Nasik to his trust from his own department.
After a very sharp rebuke and a rebuttal, not a rebuttal, an observation by the Supreme Court yesterday on the way in which he had allotted land for a media baron, which has been struck down by the High Court earlier and subsequently by the Supreme Court too, Sri Vilas Rao Deshmukh has no moral authority to be in the cabinet.
Even worse, ministers and MLAs in other cases lied about their income to get low-income flats. In some cases, MLAs with assets of crores claim a monthly income of few thousands. NDTV's Tejas has a report on this.
This was meant to be a home for the poor, but now it's become an abode for the rich and powerful ministers and politicians here in Maharashtra. This is the Ashirwad Society, a 21-story building which finds mention in the CAG report which was leaked out to the opposition. Now, this is the building which was actually meant for people who come from financially weaker backgrounds and sections, and they were supposed to get this plot of land and erect a building here for themselves. But politicians managed to get their hand on this. And how did they exactly manage? They managed to do it because they went ahead and made most of a law in Maharashtra which says that if somebody earns less than 1.5 lakh rupees a year, that is to say less than 12,500 rupees a month, then they can get a flat like this. And that's exactly what they did. Politicians who earn crores of rupees managed to show their income as deflated. They lied about their income allegedly and managed to get a flat. Let me tell you how. You have Vasant Purke with the state minister. He says his income is just 2,500 rupees, whereas he has shown assets worth 78 lakh rupees. You have ex-Congress MLA Sunil Deshmukh who says his income per month is only 10,600 rupees, whereas he has shown assets worth 2.3 crore rupees. You have ex-NCP MLA Ramrajan Nimbalkar who says his income per month is only 5,500 rupees, whereas in the past, in 2004, he has shown assets worth 3 crore rupees. Now, we spoke to people here and they say that for the last 7-8 months, construction has stopped, though of course occupancy has not been taken by any of the flat members.
Foreign Minister S.M. Krishna has said there is enough evidence on the Hafiz Saeed's role in 2611 and Pakistan must initiate action. The US has announced a $10 million reward for credible evidence leading to the arrest of Hafiz Saeed. But Pakistan insists there is no concrete evidence at all.
Well, we have been repeating ad nauseum that the dossier that the Home Minister of India has provided to the government of Pakistan contains every detail of Hafiz Saeed's involvement in the planning and the execution of the terrorist attack on Mumbai. So no amount of denial would exonerate them unless there is an inquiry, judicial inquiry into the whole episode, whereby responsibilities can be fixed, But unfortunately, Pakistan government has not thought it proper to investigate this.
More news and updates will follow after a break. Stay tuned.